Good morning. I am Greg Arnott, and I'm a member of our church board. November 23rd is Commitment Sunday, when we ask for you to prayerfully consider your commitment to support our church for 2026. But being connected to our church is more than just giving money. Stewardship is the management of the gifts given to us by God. That includes our time, our talents, or said differently, the spiritual gifts that we have been given and the material things that we have. As disciples of Jesus, we are asked to be generous with these resources, just as God has been generous in giving us His grace. Over the next 3 weeks, you will hear about the mission of Fishers United Methodist Church and how that mission is supported by the people of our church through their generosity and the impact of that giving on our mission field. But today, I'm going to talk about the financial part of our church that we all support. A couple of questions that I have heard about our finances are, when I make a pledge to give money for 2026, what does it support? I give money to several things at our church. I assume that goes towards supporting the church, right? Well, these are great questions, and it can be kind of confusing. We have created this visual to try and explain it. When our church receives any money, it goes into one of our 4 buckets. Starting on the right is our endowment fund, and any money given to that fund goes into a separate investment account and is restricted, where only the earnings on that money can be spent for the purpose designated by the giver. None of this money supports the day-to-day expenses of the church. Next is our multiply fund, with money given to this account being restricted to activities that meet the fund's purpose. None of this money supports the day-to-day operations of the church. Lastly is our operating fund, which has 2 components. First is money that is given to the church, not to endowment or multiply, but is given to a specific ministry or project. This money goes into the operating cash account, but is earmarked for that purpose. Lastly is money given to the church without any designation, such as Sunday morning offerings and other gifts. This unrestricted money supports all day-to-day operations of the church and funds our operating budget. So to be clear, only money that is not given for some other purpose goes into funding our operating budget. What does our operating budget support? Well, some might say that it's all the behind-the-scenes expenses of running a 62,000 square foot church building and a 3,300 square foot pantry building, paying off the salaries of our staff and a bunch of other operating expenses. Not very exciting. But I would say just the opposite. Operating dollars given to the church are some of our most important missional dollars we receive. We're blessed to have a lot of building space, which takes more money to support, but it provides a wonderful place for ministry. Thinking about how our building is used for our mission, approximately 370 people attend worship each Sunday. We serve hundreds of families at the Come to Me food pantry. There are 172 students and 29 staff people in our preschool. There were 240 participants and 42 coaches involved in upward basketball. We have over 100 missions and ministries that meet in our church building. We host our youth and children's ministries, which include 120 participants and 75 to 100 volunteers for our Vacation Bible School. On our staff are 2 full-time pastors and a team that supports all the programs and ministries of the church, such as weekly worship with our pastors, music director, and sound and video team, which also share our worship online for those not physically here to watch. Our What's Next program that has served over 200 people and helped us take in 33 new members in 2024, and we're on track for a similar number in 2025. Leaders for all our youth programs and mission trips, communications to our congregation and the public of our missions, worship services, and other activities through Sunday morning screens, emails, webpage, Facebook, and signs around the church. Staff also oversee the maintenance for all our buildings and the scheduling of rooms and spaces for all the activities that go on in our building each week. So again, I would argue that every dollar that is given to support the general operations of the church support missions as much as dollars given directly to those missions. Because of the importance of keeping our church operating on an efficient basis, our church board has focused on the finances over the past 4 years by following similar steps as those we use on our own personal finances. We first have focused on the budget to understand and manage our expenses. The church has averaged a budget surplus over that period. Secondly, the church has become debt-free by paying off the mortgage through the wonderful generosity of all of you. The next step is to build up an emergency fund so that we have the operating cash reserves to weather any large, unexpected expenses or seasonal ups and downs in the unrestricted giving to the church, which might cause us to have to go back to borrowing money. So in addition to asking for your continued financial support of giving for 2025 and pledging to give for 2026, we would like you to also consider a separate gift above your regular giving to allow the church to build up a cash reserve. We are calling this extra giving request a gift to our stores of oil, based on Proverbs 21:20, which says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." Any amounts given will be an unrestricted gift to the operating fund, with some or all of it set aside by the church board into an interest-bearing account that would be used only upon church board approval if needed. You will receive additional information about stores of oil giving soon, but please prayerfully consider making an additional gift to further strengthen our church to live into its mission, along with your continued support of our operating budget for 2025 and your commitment for 2026. Thank you so much for your generosity.